Yeah, I'm a bit nervous actually, I won't lie.
Hello everyone, as you know, my name's Stuart. I'm started up a podcast for mental health called Beyond the Silence. And today, this is my first podcast, so please be kind to me. As you all know, my first guest will be Mr. Finley.
Hello,
Mr. Getter Grub himself.
Hello.
We all know him, you know, very, very happy person, but I think, to be honest, I think there's going to be some dark things coming out today. So we will put a trigger warning out,
Yeah.
and that'll be the trigger warning that he's probably swears like that. So, anyway, thank you for coming on.
No, it's
Finn?
mine, the pleasure's mine.
So, anyway, what we're going to do is to start off about yourself, who you are, where you've grown up,
Yeah.
schools,
Okay.
and things like that. Yeah, and then we'll go into your
Yeah,
mental
okay.
health part and where you are today.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
So, can you tell the audience about yourself, please?
So,
Where you grew up and
yeah.
things like that.
So my name's Finley Mcgrath. I am from Camp Hill, born and bred Camp Hill boy. I'm 25 years of age. I'm a dad. I've got a little boy called Lennon Mcgrath. He's my heart and soul. And I am the owner of this business, Get Over Us. Yeah.
So, what was it like at school?
A little shit.
Who's expecting that?
No. At school I think I was a lot different. I think a lot of people would be a bit shocked if they see me at school. I think one of the reasons why I'm so passionate, especially for what I do for our community now, is because at school, especially I went to Hartshill until year 9 and then we moved over to Bedworth.
Okay.
And there was a big division between people. So you had Camp Hill, they were the fucking dirt under your shoe. And then you had Hartshill, Galley Common, they were the people who had a bit of money in them, do you know what I mean? So we were always looked down upon that. So I think a big part of my childhood probably was trying to fit in. Not trying to fit in, but trying to make a point and trying to, look like... Trying to be like...
Trying to be one of the boys.
Yeah,
I'd
say so, yeah.
I was the same. I grew up in Bank Road, which is an estate in Alveston, and believe me, it was a proper council estate, like what you come off. So I understand how you was, I wanted to be part of the crew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And after school, your jobs or anything like that?
What, as in, when I finished school?
Yeah, when you finished school?
So when I finished school, I wanted to join the army, but I was too overweight for that. But no, I played football. A lot. I went to Coventry, Henley College.
Yeah.
I played for, and he's going to kill me because I've just abused loads of Coventry fans. I played in the Coventry development squad, so no one knows that, yeah. But so
I think we'll end this. Yeah. Only joking.
No, but so I played there for a little bit, but I am one of 9 children.
All right.
Yeah, so my mum didn't have a TV growing up. No, but...
So the neighbours. When you go get it.
I know, my nan was my neighbour, she didn't mind.
Yeah, right.
But no, so I wanted to do football, but I think the soon realisation is the fact of coming from council estates where, my mum had to fend for all my children as well as living, I had to get a job. Yeah. So I left, cut that dream short, worked for a gypsy for £30 a day, which was pretty, what I think it was like 6 in the morning until 10:30 at night. Ooh. Grueling days, and then just from then I just started along, went to Iceland, bits and bobs like that until I've never been out of work. That's something I've never done. I've never sat on my arse. I've always gone out to do work.
Obviously you become a butcher. And
So when I was 17 I think it was, I left Iceland, and then I run from my family of butchers, my granddad and my uncle, and Maltkill Farm Shop, which is near Rugby. My uncle worked there and he said, I've got a position there. I started a burger presser man, and then from then I just blossomed and loved it, and then went from there to a few other places, eventually to Parker's.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm well travelled.
Right. So you said you grew up in Camp Hill. What was your family life like?
You know what?
Your mum and dad and things like that.
My mum coming from Camp Hill, anybody will know. Camp Hill back in the day, especially, it was probably, even though it had a bad name, even though people would say, you know, they still say it to this day. Camp Hill today is not the same as Camp Hill back then. Do you know what I mean? Look, Camp Hill back then, on the outside, probably everyone thought we were right arseholes. and we probably were. But if you were from Camp Hill, and that's probably the same as every estate, like probably Grove Farm, some people, when you were in the estate, everybody loved everybody else. You know what I mean? It was all a tight-knit community.
You're always good, Dad, see your auntie down the road for a cup of
well,
coffee.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd send you up a shop with a letter saying, well, you know, Finn's only 10 years old, but can he get some fags?
Yeah.
Bits like that.
I remember them times. So, was your mum a single parent, or...?
Well, she wasn't a single... My mum and my dad wasn't together.
Okay.
They wasn't together. But however, I had, you know, my stepdads and stuff like that. So I always had, you know, people there.
Male
but my mum was my heart and soul. My mum is my rock. Do you know what I mean? I'm a mum's boy. And I am mum. You know that I'm gonna watch this at some point. Okay. She really is. She pisses me off. I piss her off. But that woman is my absolute everything.
That's great. You know what I mean? That you've got that bond with your mum, and I see you got the bond with your nan. Come on. Ghetto Nan. Shout out to Ghetto Nan. She's absolutely lovely, you know what I mean? And things like that. So anyway, you know, you've gone through your life as you have, bitting and bobbing, this, that and the other, you know, blah, blah, blah. Into your mental health. When did you really feel like you've suffered with mental health?
Well, I mean, you could go back as far as mental health when I was at school. As I said, when I mentioned that you were sort of fighting, you know, you're getting made out to be the piece of shit on someone's shoe. So you could go from then, you could go at any point. I mean, at school, when I went to Bedworth, I had acne. Now, people follow our social media, I always make points about me saying I've got some on my face. I've suffered terrible acne. And at that school especially, I had to go on some strong medication. And when I mean yeah, and when I mean strong medication, I mean this medication. They told you that if you're going to have sex, you have to let the other person know, because it's that strong that it can turn your sperm like disability and stuff like that. It is that strong. So I was going to school, and all my back, because the tablets were basically drying my skin out, drying me out. And so all my back were covered in scars, and it was like, so the spots that were there were bursting, and it was blood everywhere. So you can imagine not very long. But then, so I was going to school, because I had a white shirt on, I was going to school and I was getting blood all over my back. And you know what schools are like, kids are horrible.
Pizza back and things like that.
And then I had like, he's fucking bullying me. But you know what I mean? It was like, there was a lot of that. And my face would be the same, so my lips used to be like so dry, and I'd like, some people used to make fun of that, and like if I tried to smile, it'll fucking burst blood. So I think that point there, that was probably one of the hardest points in my early life with mental health.
So you had your little not little, but traumas in school.
Yeah.
What have you ever had any traumas in life that has really affected your mental health?
Yeah. Like obviously, we're good friends now. Obviously, myself and my ex-partner broke up.
Yeah.
We had a house, everything like that, and I won't go into detail about that because that's just respect.
Listen, you know, this is. But I did say that.
But I think with that, that was the biggest one, because I was only a young lad. Do you know what I mean? I had a son, and I had a house, everything like that, and you went from everything to nothing.
Yeah.
And like that. And it was hard. It was hard to do. And I've always said as well, like I've always been a strong advocate for something like this. You always get told to push towards having everything so young. So you always get told to chase your dreams and stuff like that. But no one teaches you what would happen when you get it and you lose it.
Yeah.
Straight at a young age, you know what I mean? So I think that probably was probably one of the hardest things. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you know, thanks for being honest about that. You know, it's like they say. You know, it comes easy, it can go easy.
Yeah.
You know, I've been through the same with my partners. You know what I mean? I ended up living in a van, like, you know what I mean, for a couple of weeks. But you know, so through your mental health and this, that, and the other, have you got? Did you have any addictions?
Well,
This is
well,
time to be honest.
no, no. I mean, when I never say I had an addiction because I've got a very addictive personality. So, like, for instance, like I have really bad. Like Jesus Christ, I mean, it's that addictive where I'll be laying in bed and I'll watch a film about something, and then the next morning I will be doing that something. We watched a night film where like the knights and the armors and stuff like that. I watched it. I wanted to be a night person. I was fucking joining Facebook groups trying to be a night person. That's how much of an addictive person.
The ghetto night.
Yeah, but so I wouldn't say an addiction. I think I'll be honest. When I left, when all that happened, obviously with my ex and coming out of that, for a few years I definitely turned to drugs. You know, I did it. You know, like I was a young lad. I spent a lot of my young age in a relationship, and I come out of it at like 21. So I've missed a lot of chunk of people going out, and so I didn't do that. So it was sort of me reliving my early life at 21 years old. So you know, I would, and then in doing that, I'll probably let myself down, and I think I let my son down a bit. I've never let him down as in never had him, but I wasn't a good parent, as in the sense of, you know, I'd be hanging or something. Do you know what I mean? And it's that there is more damaging to me looking back on that now. Do you know what I mean? More than anything.
That's it, you know, and that's going to play on your mind, thinking you could do more. You know, I'm the same. You know, it's hard when you've got children and you want to be a party animal. You can't put the two together.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? So now, your mental health, how is it?
I think people get the common misconception with mental health is everyone thinks that it's either good or bad.
Yeah.
It's not. Do you know what I mean? Like people commonly look at me and they'll think, you know, because we have a great crack going. I've got the most beautiful boy in the world, and I'm his ace. You know, and I've got a great business. I've got a great family. But some days I wake up and I just wouldn't want to move. I don't want to move. I don't want to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a very regular thing. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So I think for the best part, my mental health now it's a lot better. I think because I've gone through probably one of the roughest things that anyone could go through. Well, I've seen the rock bottom. So I feel like anything that happens now, which is something which maybe isn't ideal, I realise, wow, it could be a lot fucking worse.
Yeah, I understand that. So, honest answer here, where do you think you'd be now with your mental health if you didn't have this successful business and your son?
I'll be dead. I'll be 1000% dead. I would be fucking sick. I'm very surprised, actually. There was something like I have tried to be an idiot before and tried to be selfish before towards my son.
That was my next question.
Yeah. So I did do something before which I won't go into.
No, that's fine.
But like, you know, and you know what? I don't believe in like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't believe in things where it's like, you know, like, oh, it's like not like magic, but do you know what I mean? You know, like, basically, I tried to do something and I was going to do something, and then I had a notification come up on my phone, which I've never had a push notification for. I normally turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. Literally, I get no notifications, and then this message come through, and it was my son's picture, and then I broke down in tears, and then from then, that's when I was like, I realised then, do you know what I mean, how selfish I was going to be if I went forward.
Well, to me, that's something. I mean, I don't listen. You know, I don't believe in spirits and this, that, and the other.
But it's this what I mean.
It shows you that something is there that stopped you.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean. It stopped you. I mean, you know, I know you've had bad times, Finn. We've been mates for good times. You know what I mean. And I've seen sometimes on your Facebook, TikTok, whatever, that you've had some real down days, especially with business.
Business is a low. The thing with business is it's the most popular thing to have when things are going right.
Yeah.
And once everyone's raving about it, it's the most popular thing to have, and you love it. But once it goes wrong, it's the most fucking lonely thing to do. Because no one's going to be there for you if you've got a big bill coming out. No one's going to be there for you if you've got this big massive problem. No one's going to be there if you've got all these issues happening. People only want to be there for you when you're on top of the world and everyone's seeing you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true, mate. I've been there. I've had my own business, and when I had that, I had so many friends. When I lost it, it was gone. Never gone. You know what I mean? So, are you medicated or anything like that?
No, I'm not medicated. Like, you know, there's a lot of people that obviously people that are on medication and stuff like that, that have probably gone through a lot worse than what I have and suffered with it a lot worse than what I have.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's so like, I ain't on no medication for that. I just sort of to be fair to you, I sort of this is a way I think you can cope with mental health a lot of different ways. And I think the way I cope with my way is I sort of used it as fuel to get my arse into gear. Do you know what I mean? Like back then when I was saying I was at rock bottom, I could have eaten because no one's going to help you. This is the biggest thing, and this is what I'll always say to everybody. Like when you're there moping and saying, you know, like you don't want to do anything, no one's going to help you. No one's going to get you out of bed. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And it's like, see, that's in the position. So when I was lay there, I thought I've got a little boy I've got to think of. He can't get me out of bed. It's like if he can't get me out of bed, do you know what I mean?
Oh, you can.
Exactly. So that's why I've just sort of used it as energy in that, and I thought I've got to pull myself back up, and then from then, you know, I just went from strength to strength. You know what I mean? I've had knockdowns, fucking plenty of them. I ain't gonna say I'm perfect, and by no means, but like, I think the medication that I needed in this sense was me to have that bad turn. Do you know what I mean?
I think your self-medication is you, because you're a character, and you know, people are out there who'll probably feel like absolutely down one day and think, I'll just flip through TikTok. And up comes Mr. Get Her Grub,
You know what?
bouncing around doing silly videos and this, that and the other. And I think you're sort of, you know, helping them to it. And like I say, I'm glad. If it wasn't for Finn, I'll tell you straight, I ain't trying to big him up here, I wouldn't have done this. I approached Finn just before Christmas, had a chat to him about it, and then saying, what do you think, this, that and the other, and he went, go for it, Stuart, because there's no other thing out there, like what we're doing, to concentrate on mental health. So, you know, and here we are, and hopefully it will grow and grow and grow and grow. You know, I am on TikTok, you know, I'm on Facebook, as you know, so if anybody's out there, you already got a message page or message Finn, you know. This guy for mental health is the best advocate that we ever know. You know what I mean? He's absolutely brilliant because he will help you, and you know he'll.
That's the best thing about it is I won't lie. Like when we started our journey for mental health, obviously we did it, and I was going through so much shit on my own. And then when we opened our doors or our messages for mental health, I was having people message me, and I'm not joking tonight, I was laying in bed, I was in Egypt actually, I was in Egypt, I remember this vlog yesterday, I was in Egypt, and some man messaged me, he didn't follow the page, he's seen our post, and he messaged me saying, hi, I know you don't know me, I'm a 58-year-old man, my wife's left me about a couple of weeks ago, obviously, she's all I know, I don't know what to do. And I spent about 3 hours in bed, I was knackered, just having a back and forth conversation with Blake.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean, and it's when you just said that a minute ago, like, you know, people see me. So, and this is the most blessing thing. I have messages, and I will put receipts up if people don't believe me, of people just messaging me saying, Finn, you know, just seeing your video, it brightens up my day. Do you know what I mean? And so, like, just that alone, that means the world to me, because I know for a fact now, people will not like you, people will not like me, and if I'm honest with you, I don't give a shit, I don't care. The only person if I don't care that doesn't like me is my mum. Actually, my mum, because she's a bit 50-50 at the minute. But it's my son. He's the only person in my life that I need to make sure likes me. So if some random person I don't like, I don't care. But
that's the way I'm putting it, because, you know, like I say, this is my first one. Hopefully it'll take off. I've got about 6 or 7. I'll do it before Lester does. I've got about 6 to 7, 8 people all want to come on and do the podcast. You know, I've got an ex-soldier that wants to come on and have a chat. You know, so hopefully this ain't going to be the last podcast. Hopefully, you know, it gets liked, shared, whatever. You know, I'm going to have haters. I know that. I'm far from knowing that I'm going to have haters. But I've got big shoulders. I'm out there to help people with mental health. You know, I suffer it with myself. You know, and I'm so grateful for Finn for what he's done. Giving me that boot up the backside and say, Stuart, you've got to do it.
Yeah, it's good.
You know, and I couldn't think of anybody else better to start off my journey, our journey, you know, than Finn.
I appreciate that.
You know, is there anything else you want to add? You know,
I just want to add, like, it's really important, really important. Like, it's not cliche what we say or what we do. Do you know what I mean? Like, if there's anybody watching this now, that is going through the shittest time of their life, don't think it's gonna stick there forever. Do you know what I mean? I know it's so everyone says it, and they really do. But there was a time where I thought it wasn't gonna get any better. There's a time where I thought it was just no. Do you know what I mean? There's no point. And if you'd have asked me that today, do you know what I mean? I couldn't believe I was even thinking like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just most importantly, just do everything what you want to do. Like, it's like with you just then. I just said to you, you do it. Honestly, too many people are negative. We only live once.
That's right.
Like, we live once, and do you think in 100 years' time they don't want to be sat there thinking, fucking hell, I can't believe Stuart didn't do that podcast? Do you know what I mean? Or,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Like, they're not going to give a shit in 100 years. So you might as well just do what you do. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's not easy. Life's not easy. Same as business. I always say, business ain't easy, because if it was easy, everyone would do it.
That's right. You know, it's like you said. You know, I'd probably kick myself if I hadn't done it. You know what I mean?
It's great what you're doing as well, because you're doing it for local people, and this is the big thing. A lot of places now, like, you're a friend, I'm a friend, but come sat there, yeah, we're in front of 2 cameras and stuff like that, but we're having a chat. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Or we're imitating what it'd be like you being in a pub and sat with your friend. And this
That's right.
And I can guarantee you now, because this is the most common thing I know is, the reason why I'm such a big advocate for what I do and I say is because a lot of things I say, somebody that reads my posts will be sat at home thinking the same, but they haven't got the confidence to say it.
That's right.
So
yeah.
when you're doing meetings and interviews publicly, someone that's watching this might be sat there thinking, shit, yeah.
If I could save a life, or I could save 10 lives, if I could save 20 through what I'm doing now, I'm happy. You know, like I say, I'm going to get negatives. It's life. But, you know, it's all about helping people. You know, on the page there's nearly 600 people. There's people on there that's sitting at home at night, lonely. You know, sitting there watching Emmerdale Farm, lonely.
Like you.
Now, yeah, it's me. I don't like Emmerdale. But you know, but somebody's put a post up to say, should we have a coffee evening? Finn's offered his calf for the meeting, and now there's friendships being like blossoming. So you know, as long as I can do that, I'm not bothered. You know, all I want is people to know it's okay not to be okay. We're here. One of the guests has just joined. Hello, Amy. But yeah, all I'm saying is reach out, please. I am sick and tired of sitting on Facebook, looking and finding out so-and-so's died at 21, so-and-so's died at 18, so-and-so's died at 30. They've taken their own life. You know, what life? You know, they're what must they be thinking? You know, I've had friends walk in front of trains, and I'm sure you've lost some close friends. You know what I mean? You know, so at the end of the day, I just want to help people, and if I could do that, I could do it. And I've got a good help with my friend here.
Yeah.
Happening. You know, this is not trying to big us up or this, that and the other. We are advocates to get people to start talking, start living their life. Anything else you need to say, Mr.
No,
Finley?
I think I just want to, I want to say it's great what you're doing. I know that you know it's the beginning. I know it's your first one. But you're nervous. No, you are. But at the end of the day, mate, you're doing something which is going to help a lot of people. I feel better even just speaking.
Yeah.
People feel better speaking. So I know for a fact that people won't always admit it or they won't thingy. So I just want to say well done on behalf of a lot of people what you're doing. So you should be proud for starting this up. Honestly.
Thank you, mate.
No worries.
If you want to follow me, I'm on Facebook, Beyond the Silence.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, no. That's you. TikTok, Beyond the Silence. Anybody that is suffering or anything like that, and you need a chat, my inbox is always open. I'm sure Finn's is as well.
Yeah.
You know, thank you for viewing. You know, please share it out. You know, if you want to join the group, please join it. So till next time, hopefully, probably next week there might be another one out. So I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye bye. Cheers, man.
Oh.